messages on screen. The wooden operator vehicle information becomes available. This station will now see
Welcome to the Casual Preppers Podcast. Here are your hosts, Cam and Coby.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers Podcast, the only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment. We are your hosts, Cameron and Coby, and we are ready to bring survival goodness direct to your dirty little ear holes.
This is a Halloween episode.
Yeah, guys, we're super excited. The Halloween special.
We went all out on this one.
Yeah.
We didn't just cover one. We tried to hit on a lot.
Yeah, so what are we talking about then today?
We're going to talk about the classic monsters.
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
but
so
the ones that we thought are probably the most real.
Yeah.
And the most threatening.
Exactly. So we're talking about how to survive some of these classic monsters. We're talking about werewolves. We're talking about vampires. What else?
Ghosts and demons. And
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, I forgot about Bigfoot. So we're gonna tell you
all real.
All these are real.
Terrifying.
Yeah. But first, guys, today's podcast is brought to you by TacPack, the only monthly tactical subscription box with useful professional-grade stuff inside. Get 10% off your first TacPack with our code CasualPreppers at TacPack.com and join the thousands of satisfied subscribers today. That's 10% off with our code CasualPreppers at TacPack.com.
Good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Cam, I mean, we're not gonna mess around.
We have so much,
yeah,
and this is gonna protect so many people that we're just gonna go right to the content.
We're going right into it. We're not gonna worry about anything else today. And the first subject, the first monster we're talking about is Bigfoot.
And we're not talking about the monster truck.
And we're not talking about the monster truck. This is the real deal. This is Bigfoot. So,
lots of sightings, lots of pictures, always with, even at our day and time, still those pictures are snapped with like a 0.3 megapixel.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like it's always like, well, I had my 1992
I know.
VCR.
I saw them and I hurried and whipped out the thing I had, the most readily available, which was like.
Nobody has an iPhone.
And they're like winding it up.
Yeah, it's all like a film camera.
Happens to be always really crappy.
So. Cam, what is Bigfoot? Tell us about him real quick.
Okay, so just a quick history on Bigfoot. North American folklore, Bigfoot, or Sasquatch, as you've been maybe taught, is a hairy, upright, walking, ape-like being who reportedly dwells in the wilderness and leaves behind footprints. Lots of footprints, always. But people have described Bigfoot to be like really hairy, huge muscles, bipedal, it's always walking upright, and roughly like 6 to 9 feet. So
that's a huge 9 feet.
That's freaking tall.
Yeah,
it's scary. I think it seems like most of the sightings and accurate accounts are like 7 foot.
7 foot.
So just basically, if you see something 7 foot in the wilderness, just assume it probably is Bigfoot.
Yeah.
There was actually a thing that was kind of funny. It said about Bigfoot. It's like always when you're out in the wilderness, if there's like any sounds, just assume it's Bigfoot. If there's a pile of rocks or a pile of leaves, just assume it's Bigfoot.
Assume it's Bigfoot.
So you just got to assume the worst at all times.
Well, that's a good tip.
So, anyways, the enormous footprints are kind of the big classic thing, and they're as large as like 24 inches long and 8 inches wide. And some have noticed claw marks, almost like a bear, 5 toes, claws. It's just freaky stuff.
Jeez. I didn't know Bigfoot had claws.
I didn't either.
Especially on his toes.
That's why we do this.
Wow.
We need to teach y'all that it's not what you think. So the name Bigfoot first gained renown by Wyandotte. How do you say that?
Wyandotte, yeah.
I'm sure somebody's like, nuh-uh. This is how our Indians are to chief with a nickname in the 1830s who derived his name from his immense size of feet. And his height considerably exceeded 6 feet. And his strength was represented as Herculean.
Ooh.
He's probably freaking big.
Yeah.
So, also, in the history, in the late 19th and 20th centuries, at least 2 enormous marauding grizzly bears were widely noted in the press and nicknamed Bigfoot. So, there's multiple accounts. I mean, Bigfoot just comes down to a big person, Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
So, either it was a bear or whatever, or an actual chief that had really big feet and big dude.
Said they would kill an animal with one swift swipe.
Yeah, just like
that's creepy.
just rip its head off.
Gish.
And then they never could like track it for some reason, you know.
Oh, he's untrackable.
He is.
He's untrackable.
Yeah, huge feet.
Yeah.
Huge footprints.
Yeah.
But no one can find him.
He's like, you know,
These lead to
300
nowhere.
pounds.
How do they do it?
He's 300 pounds, but
He must-
we find like one
Pretty
footprint.
freaking amazing how
Yeah.
distinct, very.
Yeah.
I mean, no one else has feet like him, but they can't track it.
Can't track it.
Sightings generally describe the creature weighing up to like 650 to 1,000 pounds.
Good gracious.
It's a good range. I don't know, 650 to 1,000. That's a big range there.
Yeah, it is big.
And being at that size, likely to throw rocks or barrels that weigh like 450 pounds or more.
Likely,
Get a barrel.
likely he's gonna throw a barrel. Just be aware. It's gonna happen.
So yeah, if you work in like a
barrel factory, be careful.
So let's talk about some sightings.
So there's been roughly 2,000 to 6,000 Bigfoot sightings. In North America. This
a lot
is
of times,
crazy.
like Northwest, Alaska, Yukon, those are like the primary areas. But I mean, it's been seen everywhere in the whole United States.
It's just it really is crazy. Like how there are people who are dead serious that they believe that Bigfoot is there. Like, and there's probably a lot of people who are listening.
What do you
believe
think?
It. I don't know. See, my grandpa.
I have a feeling there's like these big creatures, but it's just
My grandpa, when I was growing up, my grandpa owned a lodge, Spirit Lake Lodge, up in the mountains, like away from everything. It's like 10,000 feet, elevation. It's out there, and that was always one of the big things that he talked about was seeing Sasquatch up there.
Really?
Oh yeah, all the time.
That would be a perfect area for him.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying, man.
So remote and just the woods are scary sometimes.
They really are.
So so some sightings. June 22nd, 2009, around 6:30 p.m., a 19-year-old college student was driving on a curvy road near Rhinebeck, New York, on the way to a rehearsal at a nearby performing arts center. So these are reports from the Bigfoot, what is it, BFRO report? Bigfoot, I don't know, report, I don't know. Anyway, there's like this legit place that like investigates all these.
Oh, man.
Anyways, as he was driving to go to this thing, he swerved to miss like this object on the road, and noticed like as he was passing it was a shopping bag with an open box of cereal and a small log in it.
A small log? What kind of cereal was
it? Probably Lucky Charms. Or something. He glanced in his rearview mirror and he saw something dart behind his car to go and grab the bag.
Oh my God.
A moment later, he stopped and turned his car around and got about a 3 to 4 second glimpse of something walking on 2 feet. He said about 50 feet away. He described it as, from the side profile, 7 to 7.5 feet tall, covered in black hair, possessing broad muscular shoulders with arms that swung in exaggerated fashion, and palms faced upwards.
What? I'm just trying to... Why is he doing this? Hello, I'm Bigfoot.
Grab that bag of log. And
good gracious,
he felt nervous, confused, and excited at the same time because he felt like it was a sighting of Bigfoot. So
wow,
that was kind of sounds pretty legit.
That does sound legit.
Need a police officer to confirm.
So I read of a story that is one of the greatest things I've ever read.
All right, I'm gonna.
So this is way back in the day. This was in 1924.
I know. There's sightings that go way back.
Yeah. So this guy's name was Albert Ostman.
Oh, it's BFRO. It's Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization.
Is it? What's the website?
BFRO.net.
Oh, .net. Oh, they couldn't get.
You should check it out. It's cool.
I wonder what BFRO.com is. You know. So anyways, in 1924, Albert Ostman, he's a Canadian gold prospector. He was going to try and scout a new area near the Toba Inlet in British Columbia to see if there was any gold, right? I mean, this is what the gold prospectors did. He was accompanied to the area by...
Make a Bible study and prophecy site. That was what BFR
wow,
was.
Interesting.
.com.
So he was accompanied by a Native American guide. However, when they reached a certain point, the guide refused to go any further.
I know.
And he warned Ostman to do the same because the area was the domain of the Amanbistza, which is apparently
scary.
I'm freaked out. Ostman thought this was mere superstition and trekked on alone. He's like,
this was in Canada?
This is in Canada, British Columbia.
Perfect place for Bigfoot.
Yeah. So problems arose as soon as Osman set up his tent for the night. He would awaken each morning to find an animal had silently been through his belongings at night. I don't know how he knew it was an animal, but something had been going through his shit.
Definitely
That's
not
what he's
humans,
saying.
and there's not Indians around here.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. First he thought it was a bear, but he was confused as to why there were no claw or tooth marks in his stuff. Because if it was a bear, the bear would be like chewing on stuff, right?
Everything would bite.
Yeah. On the fourth night, as Osman slept in his sleeping bag, he claims he felt a huge hand grab him, heave him over.
Where did he grab him?
He just grabbed him, okay? Heaved him over a massive shoulder and began carrying him through the forest.
Whoa,
Yeah, dude.
He got almost abducted.
This is why we don't go to Canada. After what felt like an eternity, Osman was finally put down, and he was horrified to see that he was on like a big plateau, right? Miles away from his campsite and surrounded by 4 huge hair-covered creatures. There were 4 of them, right? The beast
Was he like on a table?
No, it was just a big
Like they were
plateau.
gonna-
Just like a
okay.
big flat mountain.
Wow.
Right? So they didn't attack him, but they also didn't let him leave. All right?
Why did they keep him then?
You're just going to, okay. He was forced to live with the family of creatures, which he described as a mother, a father, and 2 children for a week. He had to live with them, he said. I'm not joking. This is a real story. But he had his gun with him the entire time, by the way.
Oh, they don't know what that is. Or they
somehow
don't
in the middle of the night, when he was heaved over the shoulder, he still had the wherewithal to grab his rifle, right? So he had the gun with him the whole time.
Maybe he had it on him when
He could've,
something was
right.
rummaging around, biting all of us.
But he was afraid that if he shot one of them, the other ones would just like tear him apart, right? So he didn't do it.
Sure.
But you'll never guess how he got away from this whole situation. It's one of the greatest things I've ever heard. All right, so one day the huge male, the one that had grabbed him, grabbed his snuff box, which was dip, right? He grabbed his dip box and ate the whole thing. Then he ran off and searched for water. While the family was panicked, Osman claimed he made a run for it, grabbing only his gun.
Because the dad was sick.
The dad was sick because he ate the chew, and ran for his life through the woods until he got to a river where he was picked up by rafters.
Perfect.
Osman kept his story for a secret for 24 years until 1957. He finally came forward and told a national newspaper.
What is the luck of getting carried miles
I know.
and the nearest stream, boom, has
It's right there.
rafters?
The thing is, though, I mean, that's an experience a lot of people don't get. He got to live with a Bigfoot
So there's
family.
not just one giant Bigfoot wandering about.
No.
There's families out there.
There's families. Yeah, they live in families.
No wonder they're probably pretty cautious about leading people back.
Yeah, exactly.
They're prepper Bigfoots.
So if you
That
didn't
sounds
put
pretty
this,
true.
if you didn't put this in your notes for how to survive, you got to make sure you have chew on you when you go into the mountains.
I didn't even put that in there. That's
I know,
a good idea.
but that's something we'll add in as we get to that point.
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So this one's a little more close to heart because this happened in St. George, Utah, January 8, 2008. A big rig driver was hauling a load of Idaho potatoes on US I-15.
I like how they specify that they were Idaho potatoes.
I know, very specific. This is 1:30 in the morning, by the way, near Scipio. I don't know where that is.
Scipio.
Why does it say Scipio?
Huh?
I
I don't know. That was spelled wrong.
Okay. I was going to say, I've never heard of that town.
Mm-hmm.
So as he downshifted and headed down an incline, the fog grew increasingly heavy.
Increasingly heavy.
It grew increasingly heavy. The driver noticed something by the side of the road with glowing eyes. He thought it might be a deer, and he switched on his high beams and was startled to see a gigantic creature running across the road from the left to the right in long strides, just 20 feet from him. According to the interview with the BFRO investigator, they said he later estimated, based on comparison to his truck and factoring in distance, that the creature was at least 8 to 10 feet.
I love how they all become like
these
mathematicians
super-
suddenly.
yeah.
Like, well, my truck is 10 feet tall. I was like 8 feet away from this thing. If you do the curvature angular of that.
See, if I got to reach up and grab the horn, that's about another 3 feet.
My elbow got busted when I was a kid, so I know what angle I'm putting that up there at. And so I know that's about an 82-degree angle when I'm doing that thing.
I know, and then 20 feet, usually when I'm about, in traffic, I try to judge my distance by my left thumb.
Yeah.
So anyways, he estimated obviously gave a range, 8 to 10 feet. Those are pretty close
Yeah.
together. And then between 600 and 800 pounds. I wonder how you estimate this. Like, well, just got 2 bushel of Idaho potato.
Yeah.
So 600 to 800 pounds, and it had black hair and big eyebrows.
Oh, I've never heard him talk about the eyebrows before.
That's the first time. And long, lanky arms, which I've heard that one, proportionately longer than humans. Mm-hmm. For a moment, it turned its head and stared at the rapidly approaching truck. So it was like a deer.
It's like Harry and the Hendersons. He got hit by the car,
Yeah,
didn't
he did. That's right.
Yeah.
The driver swerved hard to the middle of the freeway to, about threw up, avoid hitting the creature, which nearly caused the truck to crash. Fortunately, he regained control of the vehicle, but when he managed to roll to a stop 200 or 300 yards away and look back, the mysterious figure was gone. Oh. The driver, an avid outdoorsman and hunter, told the BFRO investigator that he'd always been skeptical about the existence of Bigfoot, but actually seeing one in the flesh, he changed his opinion. It scared the hell out of me, he admitted. That was his only quote.
I love the quote. It scared the hell out of me. You ever been driving a truck of taters and saw a Bigfoot?
You ever tried to estimate with your elbow up in the air? Realize it's twice the size of a human.
And there's so many of those stories
out
there.
They're really pretty freaking awesome.
I mean, it's amazing even like how many TV shows and stuff there are now.
I know.
Finding Bigfoot.
What was that one?
Bigfoot's
like Monster Hunter, or no, it was like River Monster, and then there was.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was one that was like Monster Hunter.
Oh, I know.
Used to
What's
go
his
try
name?
And find these.
Les Stroud, Survivor Man. He does his own Bigfoot show.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. So
anyway,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
So say we were the potato truck driver. What are some things
what
that we
happens?
could do?
Like, what if you're out with your family, just cutting up, eating some berries, foraging some berries.
Cutting up, eating some birds is what it sounds like. We're just eating birds today.
We're just cutting up birds. Come on, kids.
Got a couple robins for lunch.
You kids get those 2 sparrows. Good job.
I'm going to cut that shit up and eat it.
Yeah, if you're out there. So, number 1, avoid Bigfoot altogether.
Well, that's good.
Some places are marked, like Bigfoot
are they?
Here. Yeah. Bigfoot crossing. Bigfoot. Maybe they're not jokes. Maybe you should take it serious.
Here. That's the best.
So if there's been sightings in the area,
careful.
Obviously just probably avoid those areas.
Especially at night. It seems like in the evening.
And if there's fog or mist, you're guaranteed to see something wrong.
Something's going to go bad.
Yeah. Do not go in there any further. So Bigfoot is territorial. Usually won't attack unless he's provoked. So
see, how do they know that? How do they know that he's not going to attack? Like, has somebody
I don't
provoked
know.
him?
Well, that guy lived with them for a freaking week.
That's right. And what about those beef jerky commercials where they mess with Sasquatch?
Yeah.
He gets mad.
He does. He gets pissed. So he's territorial.
Yeah.
Don't draw unneeded attention. Don't be super loud at your camp playing guitar or whatever.
Don't play no John Denver songs at camp.
He probably is going to try and find out what's going on in his territory.
Yeah, you're really interested when you start strumming the old 6-string.
Don't leave food and crap everywhere.
Yeah.
Because just like bears, he's a scrounger. He just like eat crap that's left over. So if you just leave your food and your meat hanging out.
Yeah. There's a joke there. I'm not going to go there, though. Don't leave your meat hanging out because Sasquatch will come get it.
Just as we know, there's different gender of Sasquatch, so don't leave your meat hanging out.
They're not all boy Sasquatches. They're just Sasquatches.
Sasquatches.
Yeah.
Don't overhunt the area. That'll piss them off. If you're killing and eating all the food and birds.
Can you imagine like some guy out there, whoa, guys, we've shot enough deer.
I think you got a deer, you got a deer, you got a deer.
I'm shutting it off. Sasquatch is going to be pissed.
Leave one for Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Assume all the signs and sounds could be Bigfoot, like I was saying before.
Yeah.
Pile of leaves, like a stack of logs, or that's probably Bigfoot and not another human being.
Or a grocery sack with cereal.
And a log in it.
Yeah.
That's definitely abnormal.
Yeah.
So don't go messing around with that. If you're encountered, so this is a point of like you've got one in your face or rummaging around in the middle of the night in your camp. Be quiet and do not stare at it.
It doesn't like to be stared at.
It gets pissed, I guess.
Stop looking at me. Stop looking.
Hadn't seen Sasquatch before.
Took a picture to last longer.
I wonder if it talks. Like, being around human society, you think you'd pick up some English.
Yeah. Or Canadian.
Or Canadian.
Don't look at me, eh?
Don't look at me, eh? Yeah. Don't look at me, eh? That didn't sound like Canadian.
Didn't sound right.
Controlling animals with you. Like, if your dog's barking, running around wild, like, he'll piss him off, too. And other campers.
Probably kids, too.
You could kind of just behave like a forest animal. They may not have come in contact with a human before, so they don't know. Maybe you could just run out on all fours.
Start pissing on the trees and doing whatever.
Just leave your meat hanging out.
Yeah, exactly.
Run off. Don't try to outrun, obviously, his stride, with those big...
Yeah.
Outsim, what does that say? Or hide. I like just typed all that in there. It was 5 a.m. when I was
Or
finishing
hid from Bigfoot is what it says.
If you had flashlight, just shine it right in his face and then just back away,
This is where EDC comes in handy.
Yeah, if you have a bright freaking
get that old light out.
Boom, right in his eyes.
Yeah.
He has normal eyeballs.
I like that.
Offer him food. If you killed a deer, just push it over to him.
You want my Pop-Tart? Go away.
Popping popcorn. Some people say you can try to make him laugh. Like, he may find you silly, your size and not having hair. And so you could just, like, be silly.
You're a stupid bald animal.
Oh, man.
I like the act nuts one, though. You just skipped. Act nuts.
I know. Just that one's kind of like the animal one. Just be crazy. Sure. He's like, oh, I don't want that around here. You could rush him. You might die, but maybe you catch him off guard. And he could be scared, too. And he could freak out and run away. Yeah. That's the last. The last option. I wouldn't do it. And then you could just cry. Yeah. He probably hasn't dealt with just people crying. He might piss him off, or he might just kill you, or he might just be like, oh, I ain't dealing with that. I'm out of here. So those are some of the things that I've read throughout many forums. Yeah. Bigfoot's a big deal. Yeah, he is. And with us being preppers and survivalists, we're going to be out in the woods a lot, and you need to understand these things. You do. You just have to. So go ahead and check out. There's a lot of skills to learn. BFRO.net. Is that what it was? BFRO.net. That's lots of good information there. Good information. Pictures if you've never seen. Yeah. Drawings. Maybe. Yeah, there are drawings on there, and there's maps of locations of the most sightings. So. Oh, really? I wonder if it's up to date. That's interesting. Anyways, BFRO. You could even become a BFRO investigator. Could you really? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'd like to do that one day. Maybe it's probably just one guy. Yeah. Project BFRO sketch. And then, 2018 and 19 expeditions. What? They're doing expeditions to non-members. Bigfoot Town Hall. That's glorious, man. And there's a bunch of people there. That's funny. It looks like they just took a seminar picture and then just posted their name up front. Okay, so that's report a sighting. That's where you do the important. Reporting. You got to report your sightings to this. And if you guys have any encounters or sightings or anything like that, man, shoot us over a message. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to hear about them. Seriously. Yeah. But guys, that's Bigfoot, and we're gonna move on to our next topic. And this one has gotten a little popular lately, kind of in popular culture and stuff like that, and it's vampires. And it has. Yeah. They've made it romantic. They've made it not only scary, but you should be scared. Yeah, vampires, they're not something you want to just mess around with. Yeah. You know what I mean? So let's talk about what they are. There's something you want to get serious with. Exactly. You want to get serious. So what are vampires, guys? Here's some definitions I got for you. Vampires are evil. That's the key word there. They're evil. They're not good. It makes total sense. It makes total sense. Evil, mythological beings who roam the world at night searching for people whose blood they feed upon. They may be the best-known classic monsters of all. Most people associate vampires with Count Dracula, the legendary blood-sucking subject of Bram Stoker's epic novel, Dracula, which was published in 1897. But the history of vampires began crazy how old that is. Yeah, it is. So, when I was looking back at like sightings and stuff, it goes way back to like the 1500s. There's a lot of old sightings. So was Count Dracula real? Like, was it a real person? He based it off of. So did he make the name Count Dracula? Yeah, he made the name. It was based off the guy from Transylvania. Yeah, like the old. Yeah. Okay. But the main characteristics of vampires
is they drink human blood. Obviously, we all know that, right? They typically drain their victim's blood using their sharp fangs, killing them and turning them into vampires. So you become a vampire.
Do they always turn them into vampires?
I
think some just get killed.
That's
right?
debatable, but most of the time,
If they like him, if you're like
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is a good looking guy, I'm going to
want-
turn him into a vampire.
want
I'm not
him-
going to just kill him.
you want Brad Pitt to live forever. That's just what it comes down to.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in general, vampires hunt at night since sunlight weakens their powers. Some have the ability to morph into a bat or a wolf.
I didn't know the wolf thing.
Yeah. Vampires have super strength, and they often have a hypnotic, sensual effect on their victims. They can't see their image in a mirror and cast no shadows.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's a really easy way.
I knew the mirror thing. I didn't know the shadow thing.
Yeah. Well, now you know. Now
I
you
do
know.
know.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch for that out in public.
Yeah, man, this thing is being really dumb to me right now. So let's talk about some sightings of vampires. There's been a few. Here's one that I found in a small village in Zimbabwe. There occurred a rather bizarre incident. So this was in 2013. So they don't know if
I can totally see Africa having vampires.
really.
Yeah.
Gosh, this thing is really causing me issues.
Do you want me to do mine while you play
Yeah,
with
go
that?
ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so one of the sightings that I read through, this one sounded by far one of the most legit because it really happened and it's kind of weird. So known as Blagojevic, this man is one of the earliest examples of vampirism and so-called vampire hysteria in this Europe in the 1730s. So Blagojevic's story is credited as founding many of the most commonly recognized aspects of vampire folklore. It seems likely that through the passage of time, so this tale of being passed on is kind of added and kind of gotten a little bit twisted and stirred, but still pretty accurate supposedly. So as weeks after dying and being buried, Blagojevic was seen walking around his village, looking healthy and decidedly not dead. His wife even attests to having had a visit from her husband requesting his shoes.
Yes, for his shoes.
Around this, yeah. I guess after he's buried, it's like they took his shoes off. So
Where's my shoes?
Where are my shoes? Hey, did you get my stuff cleaned up?
Give me
Where
my
are my dang
boots.
shoes?
Woman, where's my boots? I'm
You
dead.
didn't put them in there. Around the same time, several villagers began suffering a bizarre 24-hour illness and dying, like a whole bunch of them in the village.
Whoa.
They don't even know why. All of them swore that Blagojevic came to them in the middle of the night and throttled them in their beds. I don't know
What do
that
they mean
means.
by throttle?
I don't know, but it sounds bad.
He came in my bed and throttled me. I'm sick.
You got to tell me I ain't been throwing up all night because you came and throttled me.
You ever had a good throttling in the middle of the night? Ain't good.
That Blagojevic got me.
He ain't got no damn shoes on neither.
So his son also reported seeing his father in their kitchen, and he too died under mysterious circumstances.
Wow.
It was finally decided to exhume Blagojevic's body. Upon doing so, the villagers discovered the man alive and breathing in his coffin. So they just immediately staked him in the heart and burned his corpse.
Good idea. He's still alive. Let's not
I'm sure they
question
want. I know
anything.
that's the thing that's funny. It's just like, well, if we did bury him alive, we want him dead anyway.
Yeah.
So they
Wow.
staked him and burned his corpse. And after that, the nightly terrors and sicknesses instantly stopped.
Wow.
Pretty
See,
freaky, huh? This was 1730s.
That was a while ago.
A bad year.
So this one was in 2013, like I said. This was in Zimbabwe. Following a hit-and-run accident that killed 4 children, a group of people clad in black robes reportedly converged at the scene and feasted on the blood of the victims.
Wow.
This was in 2013. This happened. This is like
2013?
reports. Yeah, this wasn't that long ago.
I believe it.
Numerous people witnessed the
Actually,
group
I
in
really
action.
do believe it.
And they witnessed it moments after the accident. Believing the people to be involved in some kind of cult, possibly Satanist in origin, the villagers brought a man. Yeah, it's possibly brought a man named Banda, who was Tisakamadada, or a witch hunter. I don't even want to read that. To sniff them out.
Tisakamadada.
My name is Banda. I'm a Tisakamadanda.
Oh, is that the group?
No, that's what he was. He's a witch hunter.
This is my Tisakamadada.
This is my Tiscada mama. Yeah. Anyway, he's a witch hunter. He was successful After giving the cultists a chance to turn themselves in, he named their names before the village and turned them over to the police chief. Following this, the home of the cult members...
He named them?
Yeah.
What did he name them?
He named their names. He said that they were the people who did it.
Okay. I thought he'd named the cult. Vampire 1, Vampire 2.
Exactly. Following this, the home of the cult members was raided, which was said to contain baboons and other weird animals which had never before been seen by the villagers.
What?
No word on what exactly these animals were.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just bizarre animals that they were
They were eating them.
Oh, okay.
They were eating them, and they were sucking their blood.
Dang.
Yeah.
They had to go to the weirdest and find the weirdest animals. Couldn't just find the regular animals.
I can't just eat the blood of a chicken. Got to be a baboon or a kangaroo.
Monkey blood is disgusting.
Exactly. So, anyways, that was in 2013.
Wow.
Now, I think those were vampires.
They didn't document those animals or anything?
No.
These aren't a newfound species. It's gross.
Yeah.
Let's bury it all and burn it.
No word on what they exactly were.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
do you have any more on that one?
No.
Okay, so
there's a lot of good ones out there.
There really is. Well, I've found I don't know if you've been to the site Quora at all, where people ask questions and then other people answer them. There's a lot like Yahoo Answers, but there's some really good stuff on there.
Jeeves?
Yeah, basically Ask Jeeves. Yeah. So one of the questions that I found, and this is just fantastic. The question was, has anyone ever met a real vampire, or what are they really? This was the question.
I mean, come on.
Yes.
I've been wondering. I'm tired of thinking about it.
I want a straight answer right now.
I trust everyone on the internet.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth.
So let me read some of these answers. This was the top answer, voted the best. It says, yes, I have, and I may be insulted for this or called crazy, and that is fine. Let me tell you about the basics traits of a vampire. This is awesome.
Yes.
No, number one, they drink blood.
No.
Though they can last weeks without blood, more than 2 months will result in them becoming extremely weak and decomposing. So he has a timeline down. He knows after 2 months they're going to start to decompose. Number two, they have the ability to control people by looking in their eyes. This is a basic ability that also causes people to be attracted to them. Number three, they're cold. Most people don't notice this because of the eye ability. Number four, they do not die in the sunlight.
because of what was stated above.
Yeah. See, number three, they do not die in the sunlight. Yes, they are sensitive, but you would be too if you had eyesight above human capacity. Older vampires do not have this problem since they have learned how to turn this off. Okay, so that's...
I believe it.
I believe it too. Number five, they are not immortal. This is the biggest misconception. They do live for a long time, but definitely not forever. This is documented. He knows this. Number six, they have the ability to change their features. Number seven, they can retract their fangs. This is so obvious. I do not know why people even think you could tell a vampire by their fangs. And so then he goes on to say there are half vampires in the world, people with vampire blood in them that are not full vampires. Vampires have been known to rape humans that catch their fancy.
They rape them.
Rape them. They rape them, yeah. I do not know how humans can reproduce a vampire's child. It makes no sense, but it happened before. Oh my gosh. Some people with vampire blood in them have the largest possibility of going crazy. They are also attracted to blood, perhaps not as a fetish, but as an irrational need to drink it. So
I don't know why I want it.
Yeah. I'm not a fiction book writer.
It's like people that chew metal or eat weird things because they're anemic.
Yeah. So he says, I'm not a fiction book writer or anything like that. Just a person who knows the right people. That's what he says. Or the wrong people if you do not fancy the darkness, he says.
Darkness.
Yeah. He said. It also goes on to say, vampire is just a word. We call them anything. I like to refer to them as advanced humans.
Nah,
what do you think
I bet
about
you that person is a vampire.
It's very possible. So there was one more answer that I thought was really good as well, and let's go on to that one. They are not 100% human. In fact, you may know one. They are stronger, particularly because of the often high-protein diet. Overall,
protein diet?
Yeah, they have a high-protein diet, apparently. Overall, they can survive without red meat with only mild effects. Effects without red meat can include fatigue, nausea, forgetfulness, lightheadedness, and sensitivity to light.
Yeah.
So that really sounds like it's one of those like medication commercials.
It does. Do not drink blood or become a vampire if you are allergic to blood.
Are you a vampire? Are you on a low-protein diet? Effects may include fatigue, nausea, forgetfulness.
So the keto diet was made by vampires?
Apparently, yeah. Several drugs can produce light sensitivity, and some know what that means.
Several what?
Drugs.
Oh, drugs.
Yeah.
No jugs. It's like,
Jugs. No fangs are needed. In fact, they do not need to have human blood. Often they choose meats such as steaks, rare or medium rare. They can have a human blood as well, but it is not needed. They also require very little blood. Rare steak once a week usually works.
Huh.
This guy knows a lot.
I'm gonna get a vampire. I wish I've never looked at you in a mirror. Maybe you're a vampire.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
This is a pretty normal person.
Yeah. So these are some things that, there are people out here that know a lot about vampires. I'm not one of those people. We're just we're looking into it. We don't know that much, but that's a big deal. You know what I mean?
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. So, Cameron, if we wanted to survive an attack from a vampire, if we wanted to keep ourselves safe,
like how can you
if we're going to prepare, what are we going to do? So, one of the biggest things that I've found out,
both
I didn't know,
the weapon and the food.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a way to deter a vampire. Hang a tangled net on a gatepost outside your house.
I've never heard this.
You haven't heard this? Or you can sprinkle tiny seeds or grain outside the doorway. So the reason for this...
Why? Like Sesame Street count?
It is believed that the vampire would become so busy counting the seeds or untangling the net that he'd forget his prey and become fixed on completing his or her task. So apparently they're super OCD, all of them. And if there's like something that's tangled or if there's like a whole bunch of stuff on the ground, they have to count it. And I'm not joking. I found this. I corroborated
like
this with 3 different websites.
No kidding?
Yeah, 3 different websites.
Why did they? So no wonder that Sesame Street used him.
Exactly.
He's totally.
He's OCD, man. He's a math guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
he's a math guy.
Rain Man.
He is.
Another thing, obviously, garlic. We've all heard this. You can wear it. You can spray a thin mist mixed with water.
They hate it.
They do hate it, yeah. You can keep it near for the scent over some doorways and things like that. It'll really protect your house from that. Keeping holy water.
I still remember on The Lost Boys when
the pizza on his face.
But you remember the head vampire?
Yeah.
When he eats it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's garlic. I like garlic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a lot of garlic.
It's just a lot of garlic. Yeah.
They can learn and adapt, just like us. They just exposure therapy.
I think in that one, he actually invited him into the house.
Oh, that's different. That's right.
It is. So that's something. Keeping holly placed around the house is a good technique. A log of juniper in the home is a good deterrent.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Ringing bells keep vampires away. So it keeps
everybody away.
If you wake up at night and you're just like, I got a feeling there's some vampire, just start ringing that bell. Ring that bell. Keep one next to your bed.
Ring the bell.
Yeah, exactly. Placing mirrors around your home or on doors that they don't like
ceilings
that.
Or walls.
The consecrated sacrament is a good way.
Just do that.
Crosses. Ooh, this is classic. Crosses are a big deal. You got to have crosses.
So on the crosses thing, I Am Legend?
I do know that.
Do you know that's based on like vampires?
Really?
Yeah, Tawny read the book.
Yeah.
Tawny's my wife, if you're wondering.
Just someone named Tawny.
So yeah, they're actually the original book is about, they're basically a vampire type of people. So they actually start learning to get used to the sun and everything too. Like they can live longer out in the sun. But the part that I guess if they were Christian and then fell away from the church or were like Jewish, and they became a vampire, crosses don't work on them.
Seriously?
They just don't care about it anymore.
I didn't know that.
I know, that's crazy. That's a whole different dynamic to vampires that I didn't know.
Wow.
But anyways, I'm going to read that. I want to read that book now because I didn't know it was vampire.
Sounds good. This is one thing that I found on a lot of websites. Eating blood bread is a big deal.
Yeah, that sounds...
So you got to make it first, though. So basically, it's an old Polish tradition that stated that eating the bread made from flour mixed with vampire blood makes you invulnerable to vampires.
What if the dollar store has vampire blood?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know exactly where to get it, but if you can, you just got to start baking.
Yeah, just put it in everything.
But why not make that a business? Vampire bread. You know what I mean? Like
Still making vampire bread since 1500s.
exactly. So that's something you could do. That's
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Blood brandy.
So if you eat it,
yeah,
they
you're
don't
good.
want anything to do with you?
They don't want anything to do with you.
Man.
No.
Michael.
Yeah. Drinking blood brandy. So that's basically brandy
probably be a
mixed
little
with
better, huh?
vampire blood. That's a big deal. Apparently, if you bury wine nearby, that is a big deterrent for vampires.
Any sense?
Well, you have to bury it. Can't just have it. You have to bury it.
I know, but how does that make any sense?
You're not listening. You have to bury the wine. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
You're not listening.
Yeah.
You're not hearing me straight. Bury
Yeah,
it.
you gotta bury it. Do not make direct eye contact if you come near a vampire.
So what we're learning from all monsters
Don't look
is
at 'em.
don't freaking look at them.
Yeah.
They don't like to be looked at.
They don't.
They've probably been picked on
Well,
as a child.
actually, a vampire likes to be looked at.
Oh, that's true, because they can. That's true.
They'll
This is
charm you.
different because they'll take over your mind.
Exactly. You don't want that to happen.
Sasquatches rip your head off.
Yes. Again, spread grain and seeds about to confuse the monster. That's a big one. Pile thorny branches in your front yard. They don't like that. They'll get stuck in it. And
I'm
they
gonna
don't
do
like
this.
it. Yeah. And the last one is this one. This one I think is the one I'm gonna try. There's a gypsy tradition that twins born on a Saturday, ideally brother and sister, have the power over vampires, but only if the twins wear their underwear inside out. So.
Just to top it off, they're not safe just by falling into this perfect Saturday brother and sister twin. They got to wear their underwear backwards.
They have to wear their underwear inside out.
Inside out.
Not backwards. So you got to do like some crisscross stuff going on. And I am not joking you. I found that on 3 different websites too.
No joke.
No freaking joke.
I have a feeling the same person controls those 3 websites.
It's a huge vampire website conglomerate.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah. So if you want to kill a vampire, we've all kind of gone through this in our head once or twice.
Oh yeah, my kids been wearing their underwear inside out for years.
My little twins, my little vampire hunters. You got your undies inside out?
That's Buffy and that's Biffy.
Buffy and Biffy.
2 killers. All right.
They're awesome. So kill a vampire.
Stake it right in the heart.
That's one of the
And then
things you can
burn
do.
it.
So killing a vampire, you can touch lead items to the gravestone of the walking corpse.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, so if you can get to their gravestone and you have something that's lead,
Just touch it.
just touch it. That sucker dies. It's over. So that's something.
And yet we're trying to get rid of all this lead
I know.
for safety
So
reasons.
stupid. We got to just paint
We're gonna have a
every
vampire
gravestone
breakout.
with lead paint.
We should.
Solve this problem.
Use up all the leftover lead paint that's
Yeah.
out there and just paint all the headstones.
Yeah, so that's something.
I'm just going to start doing it anyway.
You're out there at the cemetery at night painting all the headstones.
What are you doing?
I'm getting rid of them vampires.
I don't want anybody getting bit.
You can behead it. That's something you can do, apparently.
So that'll kill him, huh?
Yeah, it will.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of misconceptions with killing a vampire. You can hammer a stake through its heart. Like you said, that's one of the big ones. Cremating a vampire is also a surefire way to kill it. Yeah. This one I'm looking into that I've heard it several times. I'm pretty sure this is true. You can pierce it with a blessed sword.
I need to know how to get a blessed sword. How do you get one?
Well, there's a misconception with this as well. You don't actually purchase one that's already blessed. You just buy one and then you go get it blessed.
Just like baby sword.
Yeah.
I need this blessed as well.
There's some holy water on there and whatever. Yeah, so you got to
my
get
kids are already baptized. Can you get this blessed?
Yeah. My twins are
I'll
doing
be on
good.
my way.
They're the ones over there. They're undies inside out. But I need you to bless my sword, sir.
If anybody want to come over to our house, we got the seeds strewn about. Pokey branches growing everywhere.
Real inviting atmosphere, I tell you.
It looks scary, but you'll be safe.
So, yeah, look into the blessed sword. That's a big deal. Some Asian beliefs dictate that one can trap a vampire in its grave by sprinkling red peas, rice, roses, garlic, and stones over where the body would lay in the grave. Yeah.
Peas, huh?
What it sounds
What
like
are red
is,
peas?
they're peas that are red. I don't know.
What do you mean? Aren't those beans?
It sounds like you got beans going on here.
No.
Oh, you want the red peas in the grave for to keep that vampire away.
Oh, red peas.
Those are beans, sir.
Hey, we live next to Mexico. These are beans.
These are beans. So it's believed that Dampirs, Dhampirs, the children of a vampire.
Is that what they're called?
They're the children of a vampire and a human together. So they're halfies. They're half breeds.
He's my little Dampir.
I got my little Dampir and my twins were dead and he's inside out.
Things were crazy when I was in college, and I got one Dampir.
But they're believed to have the ability to cast out a vampire simply by commanding it. Huh? So, and they also can see him when they go invisible.
Oh, they can cast him out.
They can cast him out.
You want a Dampir?
I know, it's crazy, huh?
Dampers.
So,
the hampers.
It's a hamper.
I got a bunch of hampers on.
They are created from a vampire and a human having
that's
sex.
That's the most information I've ever gotten on a vampire.
That's crazy, isn't it? And that's a big deal with vampires.
Who knows who's a vampire nowadays?
It's everybody, basically.
The dude that goes to the steakhouse once a week. Be suspicious.
Yeah, you got to be suspicious. So that's vampires. We're going to move on. But before we move on, I want to talk about one of our fantastic sponsors, SurvivaGuard. SurvivaGuard is the ultimate vitamin formula for emergency preparedness, survival, and life. Not just survival. This is life, sir. And what I've heard actually on several websites is that it does protect you from vampires.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
I was just going to say, I think you should make it 14 essential vitamins and add vampire blood in there. Just saying SurvivaGuard, but still perfect.
With SurvivaGuard,
they've already been that way. Huh?
You will have confidence in the knowledge that you are getting 100% of all 13 essential vitamins and 8 essential minerals, 11 super antioxidants, healthy omega-3 fish oils, and a unique proprietary NutriPrep blend for physical and mental emergency preparedness. We are confident that you will experience a better overall sense of well-being, more energy with enhanced alertness, and increased ability to concentrate with greater endurance, and you will be best prepared physically and emotionally for whatever situations you face, no matter how extreme. You guys use our code Casual Preppers. You're going to get 20% off your order. That is a freaking good deal. And
it is.
The awesome thing about SurvivaGuard is that you can actually buy them in number 10 cans, and they last for years and years and years. You're not going to find any other vitamins out there. You're just not going to. So go to SurvivaGuard.com and use our code Casual Preppers, and you're going to get 20% off your order. And it's freaking amazing.
They should be on every list of preparing for any monster. Who knows?
I know.
Seriously. Maybe they got some of those essentials from garlic too.
Oh yeah, it's probably true, huh?
So cool.
Yeah. So Cameron,
monster preventer.
Moving on.
Yes.
Let's talk about werewolves.
This is one of my favorite monsters.
It really is.
Because it's probably one of the most spotted things. Because who knows? Who knows if it's truly just a big timber wolf or a wolf, or a werewolf? You know?
Did you see the one they caught in Montana not too long ago?
That thing was huge. Yeah. I couldn't tell if it was real or not.
I don't know, man.
They'll never know. I bet you. Yeah. It was a human.
No, I know.
A werewolf. Mm-hmm. So, the legend of the werewolf. So, one of the better stories is of this one. I like this story. So, it's about a Native American in Native American mythology. Mm-hmm. This shapeshifter who lived in the woods went by the name of Weezakachek. Weezakachek. He was a friend of humans whose default physical form was that of a wolf. So the story is told that he met two boys while that were hunting, and he showed up, and they were having a hard time hunting. They had killed a deer, and they offered it to him because he was a wolf. That
was nice of him.
Thanks, young boys. He saw him again weeks later, and they were having a hard time getting any meat. They said that the deer were afraid of them, and they had a hard time attracting them and getting them and killing them.
Sure.
So he's like, look, I know you're having a hard time. You're trying to feed your tribe. How about?
Wait, is he talking as a wolf or as a human now?
He was apparently he was still he's in the form of a wolf, but he's a shapeshifter. Who knows? We don't know.
Okay.
The minute details. Details.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So he's like, you want to catch deer? I can make you wolf. Actually, I think he was a human because it said he was like, boom, changed into a wolf, and they're like, yeah, we want that.
Yeah, sign me up.
So he let those two turn into wolves and gave him that ability to shapeshift into wolf.
God, how lucky were they to
I
be
know.
there at the right time when Sasquatch was there?
Two lucky guys were just out there hunting and got the freaking werewolf blessing, not curse this time.
It's like Michael J. Fox.
So they would go out and they would transform into wolves, and they would bring in like tons of deer, and they fed their
people,
their tribe like really well. Anyways, so what happened is the one boy. I'm not going to give names in here.
We don't need to.
They're hard to say, and really he probably doesn't want to hear it anyway.
No.
One of the boys kind of got in a fight with this other boy. Anyways, got pissed off. Was like, guess what? Boom! He changed into a wolf and killed him. And so when the tribe like saw this and figured out that these two boys could shapeshift into wolves, kicked them out.
What?
They're like, you're done. Get out.
So this is such a classic story. I mean, this is exactly
what
what happened to Michael J. Fox.
Why is there not a movie about this?
Michael J. Fox, bro.
No, that's Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
I guess it is pretty much that way.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He was born with it, though.
He was born with it, but I'm sure he's
I
ancestors
actually
of
like
these
that.
people.
Teen Wolf is a good one.
Of course.
So yeah, got in a little fight, turned into a wolf, killed the kid, got kicked out. So both of them got kicked out, but the other kid, he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah.
But the shapeshifter guy, the whatever,
The original.
the Wiza Kachek, he was pissed at the one that killed and was like, guess what? You don't have any control over your werewolf abilities.
Oh.
You get, like, as soon as there's, at nighttime, not just full moons, you have no control, and you have no control of your mind. You just turn into a wolf.
What?
So he got kind of screwed.
Yeah.
The other guy, he's like,
You're good.
you can shapeshift when you want. Go have fun.
Oh.
Live forever.
Yeah, so that's
Watch out for a white man.
a lesson right there.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where werewolves came about. It was actually like a good power gift, and he blessed these kids. But then one of them took it to a new level and
Kids are the worst.
turned into uncontrollable shapeshifter wolf thing.
Dang.
So just because I'm talking about the shapeshifters, not all werewolves are shapeshifters. So there's 3 different types based on a couple websites.
Jeez.
I should cite references.
Yeah.
The shapeshifter wolf.
Yeah.
So fans of the Twilight series will recognize the werewolf as a shapeshifter wolf, like Jacob Black and certain members of the, I didn't read the book, was it Quillette tribe?
What's that? What's
I know,
that?
Gillette shavers. I don't know. The shapeshifter wolf has the ability to change form at any time. This is believed to have been original power that was given to that,
Yep.
So they can transform to human and wolf whenever they want. But aggression, anger, and getting pissed, sometimes it comes out. Like they don't always have control over it and can't just change, They're like, oh crap, here it comes. Boom. They also are considered werewolves, even though they're kind of different in that they can change back and forth.
Sure.
Though pure shapeshifters can transform to human form or to any other animal, actually.
See,
they don't
that's
even
cool.
have to be a wolf. They could change into a field mouse.
Or a rabbit.
Yeah.
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 Duck.
Platypus.
Platypus.
Ain't nobody messing with that.
No.
It's believed that all shapeshifters are born into this ability, and one cannot be transformed into a shapeshifter by a bite from the creature. So it doesn't happen like the werewolf passing that over if you get bit.
Sure.
The exception to this is the Navajo skinwalker, which is not a true shapeshifter, but a witch using animal hide to transform.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little more about that.
Yeah.
And those are local. We actually have them not too far from us.
Yeah.
That's true.
20 miles away.
Not even joking.
20
There's
miles
like
away.
a tribe that happens. Anyway, so number 2 is the wolf man. This is a part wolf, part man. Originally could change into a wolf man or werewolf only on full moons. So a little more like specific here. Some legends say wolfman change every night into part human, part wolf creature, sharing similar traits to that of the werewolf curse: strong claws, fast, quick, all that good stuff, good and bad,
Yeah.
Many believe that these wolfmen once changed only on full moons. Then over time they start losing that transforming ability, and then only on full moons turns to nightly, and then they just turn permanently into a wolf.
Really?
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
Like kind of like dementia.
Yeah.
They just are like, I can't control.
Yeah.
The werewolf's coming out more often, honey.
It's a lot like.
And then they just run off into the wild and then end up a wolf permanently.
Well, it's a lot like when you get older as a guy, your prostate gets bigger. You usually only pee like once or twice a day, and
so
now it's like
performance issue of changing in between the two, you lose it. And
you lose it.
I don't know. It's not that bad.
No.
I'd die as a wolf instead of demented in a care center.
Why not?
And then
Interesting.
Yeah, number 3 is the true werewolf.
Yeah.
According to most legends, is a human being that uncontrollably changes into a wolf during a full moon. So that's the one, the classic one.
That's the classic.
It's like, watch out for full moons. These sons of bees are coming out. The original werewolf curse transformed shapeshifter wolf into a werewolf, effectively taking away that ability to control. So it's kind of like a mutation. Mutation. Werewolves, when in wolf form, have uncontrollable rage and hunger. So
that sounds like me though. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah. Anyways, these guys are way worse than that.
Wow.
They're driven to kill everyone and everything they encounter.
Yeah,
like they just want to ravage.
They're like
the earth.
Kind of the scariest out of all of
these.
They
are. A true werewolf that changes only on a full moon is the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
The curse caused these wolves to lose all control of their minds, and then they wake up in the morning, human form, they don't remember anything.
It's just like being blackout drunk.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It is the form of the werewolf that can transfer their condition through a bite. So it's only these ones, the worst ones, that can actually just bite you, and then you end up with that curse.
That's crazy.
So let's talk about some sightings.
Sure.
Have you any good sightings?
I do, actually. The one we talked about.
We need to talk about shapeshifters.
Shapeshifters.
Or skinwalkers, sorry.
Skinwalkers.
Because that's a local thing here.
We actually have a ranch real close to us within under 20 miles, and it's called Skinwalker Ranch, and there has been some crazy things.
This is not even like, kind of like, oh, that's a scary spot, and like it's a funny folklore, like literally people, and there's even been a big
there's been documentaries about it. Joe Rogan actually came on his show.
Did he really?
A few years ago, yeah.
So this is a real thing.
It's a big deal. So I
didn't know about it until I moved down here.
Yep. In the 2005 book Hunt for the Skinwalker, scientist Dr. Colm Keller and reporter George Knapp, he's a Knapp, wrote about a scientific investigation of a ranch in northeastern Utah where paranormal activity was taking place. In some cases, residents reported strange, misshapen, wolf-like creatures that would attack them or mutilate livestock, and in some cases would not respond to bullets.
Like scare or die?
Scare or die, none of the above.
That's crazy.
Some researchers tie the strange circles in the ground and in particular, these wolf creatures to ancient Navajo witchcraft practices.
We just talked about it.
Yep. Many of the Navajo call these tribal witches skinwalkers. Sightings of these creatures persist throughout the Navajo Nation, although few are willing to talk about it.
Yeah. So you see some mixed history there. Some people don't think that they're the same, but I think they're Navajo. Mm-hmm. We already heard the story.
Yep.
Bad boy.
Yep.
Killed people.
Exactly.
That's obviously where these skinwalkers probably came from.
The crazy thing is that's like right by us.
This
is a big deal. Like I've actually been out of town before. I was talking to some people in Vegas or something. They're like, where do you live? I'm like northeastern Utah, near Vernal. And they're like, oh my gosh, you live right by Skinwalker Ranch.
That's crazy.
And like people know about it. It's crazy.
Heard about it.
So it's a big deal.
I have like coworkers that have said like their family member or something was like, I'm gonna cut through. You go through, it's white rocks.
Yep,
and
white
it's
rocks.
like an area. Anyways, they've seen some like really weird paranormal stuff, like driving through there and like lights and weird crap happens. So, anyways, it's a freaky place.
It totally is.
It's totally. We learned the history now. Kid killed another tribe member. Anyway, so some sightings. Let me give you some good ones here.
Sure, I want to hear it.
These are just full on real life. So this goes all the way back. Peter Stubb, the werewolf farmer of Bedburg.
He's a werewolf farmer?
Yeah, 1589. So according to Peter Stubb, a farmer in Rhineland, lived just outside of town in Bedburg during the time when there was a huge amount of political and religious upheaval. The part of Germany where Stubb lived had been laid waste to the Cologne War between Catholics and Protestants. So new citizens of the town were being killed, and rumors had begun to circulate about a wolf-like creature roaming around, killing people and livestock.
Whoa.
So maybe from the religious unrest, it was like this thing was like
Yeah.
Perfect opportunity to kill a lot of people.
Sure.
They're just struggling.
Makes sense.
It was described as greedy, strong, and mighty.
Greedy?
Yeah.
Like money-wise? Like it's
I
just
don't
really
know.
greedy?
I guess greedy to kill. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I get it.
With eyes great and large, which in the night sparkled like unto brands of fire. I don't know, maybe embers. A mouth great and wide, the most sharp and cruel teeth, and huge body and mighty paws. So it was like this massive freaking wolf. People lived in increasing fear of the creature, traveling in heavily armed groups when they had to go to one town or the other. Each newly discovered victim would only increase that fear.
Wow.
So attempts were made for several years to capture, kill the monster with no success until 1589 when a group of men managed to track the creature and encircle it with their dogs.
Ooh.
When the hunters closed in, they found not a wolf, but Stubb. Yeah.
What?
It's not clear whether the townsman actually saw Stubb transform or if he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But he was captured. Stubb was tortured and confessed to killing 1 man, 2 pregnant women, and 13 children.
Holy moly.
According to the pamphlet that circulated in London the next year.
Pamphlet. I love how they make a pamphlet about it.
Oh, look at this crap. He further told his captors that he'd made a pact with the devil when he was 12 and exchanging his soul for various worldly pleasures.
And he was a farmer?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Stubb didn't feel this was enough incentive on his own, so Satan gave him a belt that allowed him to turn into a wolf.
A belt? Here, take this belt.
Oh, dang, it changed into a wolf?
Hold them britches up and change
He
into a wolf.
used it to commit any number of atrocities, including incest, murder, and cannibalism.
Incest?
Don't know why that belt led to incest. So, yep.
How did that even happen? Puts the belt on. Hey, sis. Like, what? I don't get how.
Wolves like other sisters. So he was executed on October 31st,
No.
1589. Horribly and gruesomely, he was lashed to a wheel while the flesh was torn from him with heated pincers. All his limbs were broken. He was decapitated, and as a final step, his body was burned. His mistress and daughter were also accused of incest and burned alive. Stubbs' head was mounted on the body of a wolf and set in the public to warn others who might be considering lycanthropy, which is...
Lycanthropy, yeah, absolutely. Wow.
That's where it all...
So did they take his belt?
So this was, not only Indian, werewolf curse has existed for like
forever.
Centuries all over the place. What's
So
that? I
did
guess
he
the
get
devil started it.
Did they take his belt?
Ah.
Or are they just afraid
Who
that they're
knows
gonna
who has that belt?
That's what I'm
They didn't
saying.
say they burned the belt. Somebody's like, I'm going to try this later.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
Crazy story.
Yeah, I like
There's
that.
a bunch of those in the 1500s. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
So anyway,
That's good.
true life.
So if we were gonna try and survive, like some sort of werewolf attack or something like that, like
So there's a lot of stuff about werewolves. What's the most obvious thing?
well, I know
bullets.
the silver bullet is a big one,
But-
right? But what?
That wolf is a human being.
See,
So no different than shooting a normal person.
This
because
is a moral conundrum.
they've lost their minds.
It's a moral conundrum, really, when you look at it, because
Unless they're a shapeshifter, then they know what they're doing. So
yeah,
you could
exactly.
probably just kill them.
You're
anyway.
right. Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, that is a tough thing. It's like this person lost his mind. He's trying to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
He's full of rage and incest and ravages everybody.
I love how incest is a part
All
of
some part of
the
werewolf.
werewolf thing.
They're like, dang it, these guys are doing me wrong. Some werewolf that's listening right now.
really don't like that.
Hey,
Me and my sister got a good relationship.
butthole's got me all wrong. Stereotyping werewolves. So yeah, silver
Racist
bullet
morons.
obviously will kill a werewolf, no matter what type. So,
Yeah.
but that's the last thing. You really don't want to kill them because they may be good people that just
Yeah.
have gotten the curse or bit
Sure.
by a wolf out in the wilderness.
Sure.
A lot of people say that just prayer,
Really?
praying to your God will
Mm-hmm.
scare off a wolf, a werewolf. But if you don't believe in God, nymphs and fairies will help you against werewolves. But apparently, they have to be kind of in like a large group, like
Like,
a
how
lot
does-
of fairies.
Wait, though. How do I get in touch with these nymphs and fairies to
I
make
don't
it
know.
happen?
Scotland and Ireland probably have more. I don't know. that history is fallen out of American culture.
Has it? We need to investigate that.
Apparently, because there's a lot of werewolves in the Northwest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
we got to look that up.
So nymphs and fairies, if you're not a God believer. So repellents, pure silver is best. So if you're a prepper, silver colloid and all that, it probably is going to deter a werewolf.
Okay.
Not only treat the wounds and stuff. Hopefully you don't turn, but
sure.
But that's a great one. And then there's other natural things like wolfsbane, or it's also called monkshood, or aconitum. Is very successful at repelling them. Can be grown nearby. It can be made into oil, and then you can put that oil into whatever.
Interesting.
If you mix holy water too with, I guess they're kind of vampire-ish, like because they want to eat
for blood,
steak, and kill people. And eat, but holy water also deters them. So says the werewolf experts. Yeah. So wearing your birthstone, actually will help.
Does it?
My mom has a ring with all of our birthstones. I guarantee you, she will never die by werewolf. Yeah,
but does she have one with her birthstone?
That's true. That's well, birthstone's birthstone, right?
Huh? Well, it depends on what month she was born in.
10 kids, so.
Well, it depends on which month she was born in.
May. No, we don't have any kids in May.
That's
Mom,
what I'm saying.
Put your own birthstone on there.
She needs to get her own on there.
And Lucky Charms, not the cereal.
Oh, not the cereal.
But I don't know. I mean, there are Lucky Charms. You could probably essentially use like the marshmallows.
The actual marshmallows.
Pick them out.
Sure.
Put them in your pocket.
So does this Lucky Charm have to be anything specific? Or
it didn't say. It just said Lucky Charm. So probably a horseshoe.
Rabbit's
rainbow.
Foot. A rainbow?
Yeah, that's in the Lucky Charms. That's a charm.
I see what you said. Okay, I was like, how am I going to carry a rainbow around?
I thought you were going to talk in like leprechaun there.
No.
How are you going to?
No. I'm not even going to try.
Anyway. And then one very successful tool is a werewolf whistle. Did you know that existed? So cryptozoologists have a werewolf whistle.
Cryptozoologists?
Yeah, that gives off a special supernatural ultrasonic sound.
You hear that?
No,
nope. You don't, do you? That's a werewolf whistle.
Hey, watch this. You hear me blow that? I bet you didn't. It's just supernatural.
I'm keeping them werewolves.
But it glows blue and
look at my name tag, cryptozoologist.
But anyways, if in any way, I don't know if Etsy makes werewolf whistles or what, but
we should look that up though.
We should. A werewolf.
I'll bet you we could find one somewhere.
We could too.
I'm almost positive.
It's just made out of werewolf ball sack or something. Just
scrotum
leather.
If you guys find a werewolf whistle, please send us the link.
Yes, I want to see photos of it.
I want to see a link. Absolutely. Good gracious.
Anyway, that's how you protect yourself from werewolves.
All right, I like that.
If you get bit and survive, if you're done, you're going to end up a werewolf. So
okay. I like it.
Okay.
So, Cameron, the last specific...
If you're tired, don't stop listening because...
Yeah, we got some good stuff going on still.
Very common.
We're going to talk now about ghosts and demons because when it comes to Halloween and when it comes to monsters and scary things, that's usually at the top of people's lists.
It really is because, I mean, the sightings, the locations, there's billions of them. I mean, just tons and tons of haunted forests and haunted house, mansions, hotels. So this is probably the most common thing you will encounter in your life.
Exactly. So this is one to listen to and take some notes because most likely you're going to encounter.
You need to wake up.
Wake up.
If you think you knew everything about all the others, this one you probably don't know.
Exactly. So, Cameron, what is a ghost? A ghost is an apparition of a dead person that is believed to appear or become manifest to the living, typically as a nebulous image. Now, that's typical.
Nebulous.
Yeah.
Fuzzy.
So what is a demon? I mean, these are different things. A demon is a supernatural and often malevolent being prevalent in religion, occultism, literature, fiction, mythology, and folklore.
Yeah.
And they're of the devil. They're come from straight from Satan. Straight up from Satan. So there has actually been quite a few sightings of ghosts. I mean, there's
so many different ghosts in different cultures and some weird stuff out there.
Oh, there's some super weird stuff, but I found some really good ones.
I want to hear them.
And I just got to find them.
So we're doing sightings?
Yeah, we're gonna do some
Let me-
sightings.
I'll do mine.
Okay, go ahead.
So this one I found really quite interesting.
Did you?
Yeah, because it's just different. This is a total different ghost. Interesting ghost, and maybe most people would like to see this ghost. So
Sure. Yeah.
the Mohini. Have you heard of the Mohini ghost?
I have not. No.
So it was believed by the Indian community to be a female ghost that hunts for bachelors.
Oh.
They tend to look gorgeous and appealing to any straight man.
Does it really say straight man?
It does, yeah. It is believed that a woman whose sexual appetite wasn't satisfied while she was alive would turn into a Mohini upon passing away. Basically a horny spirit.
Yeah, horny spirit.
So they usually sleep with unmarried men,
Yeah.
which leave the guy's feeling extremely exhausted for about 2 days. Guilty and exhausted.
Guilty. Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Dang it. But they tend to manifest and hunt in certain location before moving away to another place.
Huh.
The men would dream as though they were having a sexual relation, but no one would be there.
Wow.
The feeling of intercourse is often vivid.
Yes, it is.
Super weird ghost, Mohini.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
Mohini ghost.
I like that. And mine actually. Mine
I
actually.
could just totally see something. I got visited by Mohini.
I gotta tell you about a story.
My
It was vivid.
sheets are all wet because I'm Mohini king.
So mine is actually kind of goes along with exactly what you just talked about right
Super
there.
weird though.
So there was a girl named Amethyst Realm. Of course, that's her name. I don't know.
Amethyst?
Amethyst
Already
Realm.
sounds ghosty.
She's a 27-year-old spiritual guidance counselor. Right? She says that she has had sex with at least 20 ghosts. 20.
Wow.
But
How did ghosts become so sexual?
oh, do you remember
saw-
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, that's true.
Come on, man.
It came like all of these stories that I was reading. It's like, geez,
I know.
it's like a dirty novel.
And the thing is, she prefers them to men now. Like, she doesn't want a real man. She wants a ghost
A
in
ghost
bed.
man?
Well, she didn't specify
Just a ghost. Okay.
the gender of the ghost.
She likes him better.
Yeah,
huh?
but she likes him much better. So she says that her first experience was 12 years ago. And after she and her then fiance moved into a new house, she felt the presence of a strange entity. But, the people that were writing this story could not reach Realm for comment on this story. But they have some other stuff. Yeah. So it started as an energy, she said. Then it became physical. She told hosts Philip Schofield and Holly Willoughby, there was a pressure on my thighs and breath on my neck. I always felt safe, though. I had sex with the ghost. You can feel
felt
it.
safe.
You can
Pressure
feel
on the
it.
thighs. I feel okay.
It's difficult to explain. There was a weight and a weightlessness, a physical breath and stroking, and the energy as well.
Whoa. That's
See, but a lot of times
too much.
people. Never mind. I'm not. Never mind. I was gonna say something. I'm refraining from saying. Realm said that she had an affair with
keep
the
it
ghost
PG.
for 3 years.
Whoa.
But that it ended when her human husband came home from work early and saw the shadowy shape of a man through the window. Since then, Realm hasn't strayed from the paranormal pond, and she said she's had sexual encounters with at least 20 ghosts. When Schofield commented on the number of ghost lovers she's had, his comments bordered on spooky slut-shaming. I should imagine you have got quite a name for yourself in the spirit world, he said. I would imagine that they would be keen to visit you. Now Realm wants to get pregnant by one of the ghosts. I've done a bit of research into phantom pregnancies, she said. There's a possibility that it is a ghost in you, but people don't know how to carry it full term.
Oh my gosh.
This is a real story.
So does she actually look like she's pregnant?
No,
or
she
she's
wants
just
to get pregnant.
Well, I mean, when there's a ghost in
I
there,
don't know.
Does
I
she
don't
just look
know.
normal and she just walks around?
I'm not
like,
100% sure.
I got a baby ghost.
Yeah. So that's one story that I thought was pretty interesting.
That is really bizarre.
So
I'm sure an American, right?
No, actually, I think she's from the UK.
Oh, dang
Yeah.
it. Sorry, guys.
Yep. So have you seen The Exorcist?
Sure have.
Right. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have seen that. Right. It's
Mm-hmm.
creepy. But did you know that it was based on
Yeah.
a true
Mhm.
story?
I do.
So
I remember reading about it. And
The
being,
Exorcist
kind of creeped out.
is considered one of the great horror films of all time. But not many people know that the possession of poor Regan in the film was actually based on a real life.
Reagan?
Reagan was actually based on the real-life exorcisms of 14-year-old Robbie Mannheim, who was known at the time as Ronald Doe to protect his privacy. The boy found himself possessed by a terrifying demon after using the Ouija board to try and contact his dead aunt in the 1930s.
Wow.
That's why you just don't use a Ouija board, man.
No.
It's not a good idea.
Don't open up that door.
Yeah, objects would be thrown around, furniture would be toppled over, strange footsteps would be heard within his home, and religious pictures would vibrate on the wall as he passed. At school, his desk would slide around the room in front of witnesses.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean, that's serious stuff. A series of violent and unsuccessful exorcisms followed, during which he spoke in tongues and attacked priests with horrifying strength. Eventually, an exorcism was successful, and he went on to live a normal life.
Done.
But you didn't know that, right? So I've got one more story about ghosts.
I knew there was a real thing.
Yeah, that's crazy, though, huh?
That's super crazy.
That's creepy. Demon possession? Good gracious, that's scary.
Hey, Bible had it all the time.
I know.
It's true.
It's scary. It's scary, okay? It's scary. One more story, and this one it kind of hits home for a lot of people, right? In 2014, this is not too long ago. This is like 4 years ago. Father Marian Rachel carried out a failed exorcism on a teen girl in Poland. Rather than driving the devil out of the girl's soul, the priest drove it into her cell phone.
How?
It just transferred.
Wonder. Must have been an Android phone. That's
what I'm
Wouldn't
guessing.
let that happen.
Apple doesn't let viruses.
They don't let anything happen
no.
to their phones.
So I'm pretty sure it was an Android. And then he began receiving insulting text messages from the demon. These text messages contained threats and insults.
The devil face emoji just keep popping.
Stop it! The threats and insults such as these: "Shut up, preacher! You cannot save yourself, idiot! You pathetic old preacher!"
He's at least kind of a PG demon.
She will not come out of this hell.
It'd be like F word, F word, F word.
She's mine. Anyone who prays for her will die.
Dang.
Yeah. And then eventually
he kept that phone. Didn't go trade it in to Verizon.
I need to get a new number, new SIM card or something.
Can we trade this out?
Yeah. So that was an interesting story.
I wonder if there's a possession sticker on the inside by the battery.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look like you got it in water.
Yeah.
But you got it possessed.
You did get it possessed.
So we're not gonna reimburse you.
Yeah. So
man, never heard of it possessing a device.
I know. I haven't either. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
Gosh.
Your phones aren't even safe for you demons.
So let's talk about ghosts and how to survive and how to keep yourself safe from them. There's one thing that I found that is really similar with ghosts and with vampires is you can't invite them in.
No.
Cameron.
I've heard this, actually.
Yeah, it's
Millions
really true.
Times.
Spirits are either drawn to a home because they had a strong connection to the place during their life or because you invite them in.
I think that's totally true.
Yeah, and so don't do it. It's pretty simple. Like, don't stand there and say, "Hey, ghost, you're invited."
Yeah.
Don't say that. Right? It's very easy.
You guys won't get scared? Watch this. Come on in, ghost.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Door's open.
Or nah, you can walk right through there. When I was younger, we left a tape recorder after my grandparents passed away, and the house was like abandoned, and they were trying to sell it. We were like, let's stay in the basement. And this is like in high school, and we left a tape recorder on, and we went to town to get it. This was like, we went to town at like 1 a.m. to go get drinks. Not those kind of drinks. We live in Utah.
Sure.
And we came back. That's why I'm saying that, because we weren't drunk, because we don't drink.
Yeah, sure.
But we came back and we're like, oh, let's listen to that. And the stuff that, like, the sounds and the like creaking floor, like stuff was walking around.
No way.
We were like done. We didn't
like,
stay that
left.
night. We went back to my house, and I was telling my dad about it, and he's like, "You stupid idiots! Don't invite them." That's exactly what he said. So he's heard it from when he was younger too. So
that's good stuff.
you're inviting that stuff, you dummies.
So this also says it's possible that you or the previous owner of the home invited an entity inside of the building by accident.
Oh.
So apparently you can accidentally
So maybe what I
invite
just said, like, "Hey, come on in, Spirits."
Yeah.
We just invited him into the podcast studio.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Are you going to be okay over there?
Oh, that pop just put me over.
Be mindful of activities that could invite spirits in. These include playing with a Ouija board, organizing a seance for fun.
Stupid.
Some music or even fashion accessories with satanic symbols can
Rap.
attract evil. Yeah. Do not listen to rap
or country music.
Lady Gaga or
Handsome Road.
I'm pretty sure Randy Travis is one that you don't want to listen to. Those three.
They're on Freewood crosses on.
Digging up bones.
Yeah, that one will do it too. That was a mix there, Randy. Which way you going?
I don't know.
Gospel or satanic?
That's what I'm saying. Just don't even listen to them in
Yeah,
your
just
house.
don't even.
And you know, your home itself might actually attract spirits.
I believe that.
So just be careful.
Tony and I, our kids, when they don't sleep at night, like, what are there spirits in there?
Yeah,
Why are they scared all the time?
If your roof or another part of your home shows signs of damages, look for openings and seal them.
Really?
Because
It's just like rain?
I
They
guess
just crawl through.
apparently they can just get through openings in the wall, and so you want to make sure there aren't
Yeah, I
any.
got my roof reshingled because ghosts and...
Gosh, damn ghost kept getting in at night. Got to call a roofer.
Oh, I felt pressure on her thighs, so we needed to get something taken care of.
I want to get one of them damn ghost babies. Barely afford the ones I got.
Yeah, I don't think they have a ghost fund for college. Hard enough as it is, I don't need a ghost baby running around. You can hear it crying, but
I
can't
already
see
have those
it.
two damn twins I had on Saturday with their underwear inside out.
The only way we can tell if they're crying at night is leave a tape recorder running. Yeah, he's crying last night.
Yeah, he's crying.
Ghost babies. Worse.
It's funny. Okay, so protection prayers. In Jewish tradition, homeowners often kept a scroll with Hebrew verses inside of it on their door. So that's something. You get a scroll with some Hebrew prayers, and everything's going to be all right.
Okay.
You can protect
It's a
your...
good gift for Christmas. These are some Hebrew prayers for next Halloween.
You
I guess
wanna-
it doesn't happen to Halloween.
You want
happen
to
whenever.
stick this inside your door jamb? Well, I'm just a little worried about them ghosts
You've
getting
been
in.
booed. Here's some...
You ain't going to get booed.
Okay.
You can protect your door and windows with a scroll that contains a prayer from a religious text of your choice, or simply some positive words or sayings written on a piece of paper. I don't know what that would be, but apparently if you got some positive stuff like, you're a good person, or things are nice,
Jobs are good. Enjoy work today.
blue skies and birds and stuff. Go away, ghost, go away.
Oh, man.
Anyways, this one I'm really looking into is
Wow.
gemstones.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of gemstones have protective properties. Black tourmaline apparently is really efficient against spirits, but you can also use agate, or how do you say that? Peridot or emeralds.
Emeralds would be nice.
Yeah, I'm looking at an emerald right now. I've got one I'm looking at on Amazon. So you can either wear gemstones as jewelry or display them around your house.
I've been watching some bids on one on eBay.
Yeah.
About got that.
Found a couple on Craigslist I'm about to go pick up probably.
Yeah, apparently they have too much black tourmaline at their house. They're just selling it all.
I tried to order one tourmaline and accidentally ordered 10. I'm selling the rest at a really cheap price. If you're worried about ghosts.
Anybody born in May? I got like 5 of them on birthstones. I bought those too.
Again, Lucky Charms. This also comes
amazing.
up again. Yeah, hang a Lucky Charm on your porch to protect your home and bring good luck to you and your family.
Charm bracelets.
You can use a horseshoe, a
Oh, I'm
barn
just gonna
star.
get it. What's a barn star?
I don't know, or a sign with a 4-leaf clover.
What's a barn
I
star?
don't know. We're gonna have to look that up. I have no idea what a barn star is. But you could put it on your porch and ghosts will go away. Can you look up a barn star for me?
I'm gonna look it up.
So
right now.
here's another thing you can do is cleanse your home. If protection prayers and Lucky Charms aren't enough, so like you've done this, you've got to this point, and you're still having those pesky
Oh, it's
spirits.
it's just a regular star. You
Oh,
just-
it is?
Just like that you find at
Oh,
like the
okay.
stupid crafty places.
That's dumb. Okay.
That's
So-
it.
So tell me you've done all these things, and you're still having ghost problems. The next step is to
I
cleanse.
patched my roof. I got charms and gems and everything. Now what?
I've said positive things till my freaking mouth hurts. I don't know what else
My
to do.
wife's painted a bunch of good sayings all over on every
Yeah.
wall.
I've learned Hebrew. I don't know.
Now what?
Wore a yarmulke all day. I don't know what to do.
My wife makes out with the ghost every night. All right.
What you can do is you can cleanse your home. So smudging is a Native American practice that consists of burning herbs.
Oh,
Yeah.
like incense.
Yeah, it's a very efficient
Not
way.
incest. Incense.
No. This is a very efficient way to cleanse your home of evil spirits.
I could do that.
You can burn sage, basil, or clove. Yeah, that's something. There are other ways to cleanse your home, including sprinkling salt, turmeric, or cayenne on your doorstep and window-sills. So
Make a total mess of your house. Sprinkle this all over. Some pokey branches outside. Seeds. Tangled net.
Tangled net.
I'm just protecting myself from a bunch of monsters. No worries.
You guys are the ones that look like the assholes when the vampire's eating your face off.
Don't look at me that way. You're the dumb ones. Wait till you get your next bit.
Ain't Bigfoot coming in on my house. So you can use herbs and spices to protect your home by planting them outside, using them to make your own candles, or keeping some bouquet garnis and potpourris around your house. I don't know what that is.
I don't even.
Garnis. G-A-R-N-I-S.
This is getting too Pinteresty.
It's getting weird. Wearing a sea salt amulet or keeping a salt lamp in your home will work too.
I want an amulet. That's awesome.
See if you can find a sea salt amulet. Because I'd freaking wear one of those all day.
Just tons of gems and stones and a big old amulet.
You look like a freaking pimp.
What?
You look like a pimp, man. So much.
I'm not a pimp. I'm just scared of ghosts and demons.
I was scared of goats and demons. I'm not anymore.
I can walk anywhere now.
That was in the past.
I found ways to protect myself completely.
Look at this sea salt amulet. I got.
A house is a big shiz hole.
Nice thing is I can just
Nobody
shave
buzzes.
it off on my salad. Well, it makes it salty.
Just eating your steak and licking the amulet's all salty.
Rubbing your amulet on your meat.
It's both blessing it and giving it some salt.
Music is another great way to cleanse your home. And that's as far as that goes. I don't know what type of music.
Well, we know what type not to use. We just
Exactly.
talked about it.
The next option, if that doesn't work, is just ask him to go. That's the next thing.
Why was that on the top? After you've done all this, all I had to do was tell him to leave. Apparently, I spent way too much money because I just asked him and they left.
I just spent $1,000 on amulets. All I had to do-
I got like $4,000 in emeralds, and all I had to do is say leave.
I've eaten so much Lucky Charms I got diabetes. I just had to ask
I
him
got
to
all
go.
these dried marshmallows I'm carrying around.
So, if you have extensively read about how to keep ghosts away and still notice signs of supernatural activity in your home, you need to figure out what the spirits want or ask them to leave. Most spirits aren't evil.
All right, first things first, why you here?
What do you
I don't
want?
have it. Please leave.
Most spirits aren't evil. They are simply lost and can't figure out how to leave once they enter your house.
I got in through the roof hole, and now I'm
He
stuck.
patched the hole I came in. I don't know what to do to get out.
I don't want to get out of here. You've been buying all this crap, emeralds and amulets, and I just want to leave.
I'm so lost. Communicate with the ghost whenever you notice signs of their presence. Look in the direction of the disturbance you noticed and use one of these statements. These are the 4 statements that you can use. Number 1,
That's really.
I want you to move on to a new place. That's number 1. Okay.
Okay.
Number 2, I wish you find peace in another place. That's 2. 3, I order you to leave this place. And 4, you won't find what you're looking for here. We ain't got what you want. Leave. And if nothing works,
It's got like a 3x5. I want you to move on to a new place.
oh man, if nothing works, you should think about getting some help from a spirit releaser or a top psychic over the telephone who knows how to keep ghosts away.
Yeah, what you want? Can
you text this ghost away? They will know how to cleanse your home, how to tell the spirits to leave, and will be able to figure out what drew the spirits to your home in the first place. So, the last ditch effort is calling the professionals, Ghostbusters, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, Cam, spirit releaser, what you need?
yeah. So protecting against demons is a little bit
That is,
different,
yeah.
a different thing. So again, I went to the wealth of knowledge that was Quora, and I found some other good ones. And so a person asked, "How do I get rid of demons?" Yeah, I'm scared of them, right? So here's a couple of good answers I found.
What's a Quora?
Quora is just the website that just
This is okay.
Ask Jeeves, right?
So it just covers everything? Monsters?
Yeah, well, you can ask any question you want. Any question. It's just like Yahoo Answers.
Gotcha.
So the first person says, "Get your hands on the magical ring of King Solomon."
That sounds easy. I saw it like a couple months back on eBay. It keeps coming on every once in a while.
On the inside, it was engraved with an ineffable name of God and conferred the power to control all demons.
Get your hands on. Well, this is easy. Just get your hands on the ring of Solomon.
You guys are going about this all wrong, you see. You just got to get your hands on the magical ring of King Solomon.
Easy.
Easy. The last one.
Well, did you ask him to leave yet? If not, well, I guess that's a ghost.
Yeah, that's a ghost. This is
Demons don't do that.
And then the other one said, "Embrace the rationalist evidence that if you're in as much danger from demons, that you are in as much danger from demons as the Easter Bunny, because they don't exist. If you're really worried, go repeat this 3 times in a dark room. I will trust scientific evidence." You need to say it 3 times though, and should shine a light.
A white candle.
A white candle made from beeswax harvested under a blue moon by a one-eyed psychiatrist.
Oh, it's getting a little bit hard there.
Yeah.
Because there's not very many. Well, one-eyed psychiatrists. I'm practically
Are
that.
you going to Google that? And so that's pretty much what I've got for...
Unbelievable.
I don't believe
I
it
have
either.
not learned any of this, and I'm so glad
Yeah.
that you enlightened me.
Exactly.
Hey, real quick, though.
Yeah.
There's one way that you can probably prepare yourself if you have to hunker down away from ghosts.
Sure.
Survival boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Survival boxes are the only subscription box packed with all the essential survival supplies that you need to prep for surviving disasters, emergencies, or your next outdoor adventure, possibly
Ghost
hunt. There are many different boxes to choose from, so you can order the survival food, water, and gear required for your survival plan. Sign up today and get survival boxes delivered to your doorstep every month. No contracts. Cancel anytime. Use promo code Casual Preppers for 10% off your first box on any subscription at the store order at Survival Boxes. You got to try them. You'll love them. We should tell them to put a gemstone or something in there. Put one gemstone in there. You will cover a lot of
stuff.
needy people.
A lot of stuff, yeah.
Or garlic or something.
Yeah. So
Cool.
did you want to go ahead with the...
Quick and dirty?
Yeah.
You know, I went over... you don't even need to play the tune.
Okay.
Because there really wasn't much. I was like, I got into it, started thinking, I'm like, if Bigfoot attacks, he's going to rip a limb off. So basically, hopefully you have your tourniquet and EDC.
Sure.
If you get encountered with vampire, you're dead anyway.
Sure, yeah. You are.
And you're going to just come back to life as a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
And if you the werewolf, you could treat the wound, antibiotics for the bite wound, which will keep you alive, but then you're stuck with that curse the rest of your life. So maybe you want the infection to just take you.
That's probably a good idea.
And then ghosts and demons, I don't know.
There's nothing to do there.
Probably be on birth control.
Yeah.
I would assume it would protect from
yeah
any egg or any sperm.
or egg. Yeah.
So anyways, I didn't really have good, quick, dirty medical tips. So
you're good. But that's what we got, man.
That was amazing.
That was fun. That was a good time.
I didn't know half as much as I knew about those monsters.
You guys are way more well informed now, and
this generation is so lucky.
They really are
to have so many people that have just put it on the internet.
Yeah, I know.
Like thankfully,
and we're here to bring it to you.
Yeah. Hopefully, brought it down to like prepper level.
Yeah,
and you'll take all these home.
Guys, thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the podcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go follow us on Instagram and Facebook. You're going to see a lot of our other shenanigans there.
Yeah.
And
check out our stuff. We're not dummies all the time.
Not all the time.
We have some good stuff out there.
Absolutely.
So
we'll see you next time, guys.
All right.
Bye.